Hello everyone and welcome back to WolfQuest 2.7.2. We are here with the Starry Skies pack today as we follow Clover for a special side story episode where we are adventuring with young Clover, who is in her first year as a dispersal wolf, as she takes on a very unique challenge to find and defeat 3 wolves from the Lost River area, and she must defeat 1 wolf from each zone. So technically, if we wanted to risk her life, we could defeat multiple wolves from each zone. But we're going for the Bluffs, the Back 40, and the Allison Acres areas, and we're going to try to defeat 1 wolf from each of those wolf territories, because it turns out that shy, quiet Clover is extremely sly and very, very smart, and she actually can get secrets about hunting techniques and secrets about how to properly study up like territories and make life easier, make hunting easier from the wolves that she takes on. Clover! All right, Clover, this is it. But she has to take those wolves on. She has to fight them. I see there's like a spot up here, so we might have a stranger wolf maybe? Did they run for it? I think they ran for it. There may have been a stranger wolf up here, but it escaped us. That's so interesting. I guess we'll have to leave the area. Huh. But yes, so Clover actually likes to take on other wolves, and she likes to get them to spill their secrets through battling them. Extremely aggressive, but that is something that she is able to do in order to make her life easier. Every time she defeats a stranger wolf, she then has the ability to roll, and she has... Oh my gosh, there's a bear down there. That's a bear, all right. All right, too bad you're not Kuma and you don't get any bonus from fighting bears. But every time Clover successfully takes on... I'm just going to eat this carcass in front of this bear. Hey, buddy. Hey, it's mine now. You can't do anything about it. We're just going to eat it right in front of you. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. He really can't do anything. I think Clover would just kind of observe and watch. She's very observant, very sly, tries to use the landscape to her best advantage, tries to use the knowledge that she has to her best advantage. And that's why every time she defeats a stranger wolf, she has the ability to either make things easier in terms of the current settings. She actually rolled a super easy setting. She's on pretty easy right now because that's what she rolled. Or she has the ability, these are all going to be randomly picked so we don't pick it, to change her strength, speed, or stamina to tweak her stats depending on what fighting skills or lessons she would have learned from the wolf she took on. This is hilarious watching this bear. And then she also has the chance to get an ancestor blessing. So 3 perks every time she defeats a stranger wolf. The only downside is defeating a stranger wolf can be extremely dangerous. You can often end up dead as a result of trying to fight with stranger wolves. So there is that risk. And if Clover does die because she is not an official heir, then she would not be able to use an ancestor blessing, and we would just lose her immediately. She wouldn't be in the lineup anymore. But that's just the way it goes when you're a wild wolf and this is your first year. Oh, look at her climb up this cliff. This is your first year as a dispersal wolf, out on your own, trying to take on the wild, trying your own tactics, trying your own strategy at what it's like to live and survive in the wild. And her strategy is pretty darn risky, but it has the potential of a lot of payoff. So let's go ahead and see if we can find where these wolves are hiding. Oh, what's this? This again? Do we not have enough experience points? Maybe that's it. Let's go down and let's see if we need to get like, I don't know, 750 experience points as usual. Let's go see if we can chase that bear off. That would be a lot of experience points. I wonder if... Okay, that's a coyote! Haha! I think that Clover would have the kind of personality where she would take on a coyote. Not so much because she has anything against them or she thinks that they're rabbits the way that her sister Usagi does, but because she would be trying to learn from it, like learn how fast she can make herself go. She's extremely sly. She has a little bit more of the slightly ruthless edge that the Moon Pack does in her. So it's very interesting. It's a definite trade-off balance to the more open, friendly, playful personalities that her parents, Kuma and Willow, have, and even Spirit. Spirit has a little bit of the sly, observant personality in him. Spirit was basically her nanny wolf, the wolf who took care of her and her siblings at the den as a companion wolf to Kuma and Willow, their cousins. And Spirit, I think because he lost his parents and because he even lost Geo, and there was so much tragedy in his young life. Oh gosh, the music changed again. And we're going to go down and try chasing off some elk, I think, because that may be why, and we'll look for some bears, that may be why we weren't able to find any of the stranger wolves. We need some more experience points first. So we'll go take out some elk and maybe hunt for bears over in that little suburb, because we always tend to find bears over there. But yeah, I feel like Spirit grew up watching his family basically slain before his eyes. That was when the Druid Pack blood feud was discovered. And if you guys are a little confused about what that is, make sure you look in the video description at the Google documents that we have that kind of explains all of this. You can read up the summary. That's a new dead elk. I didn't leave all 3 of these dead elk, so this is a brand new dead elk. I'm suspicious about it. Somebody has gone to town on it. I wonder if we're about to run into anybody. But yeah, if you're curious, like, Siri, what the heck are you talking about? Sorrow of the Skies event. Why is it dark all the time? What is the Druid Pack blood feud? Oh gosh, there's the City Elk Gang again. Then make sure you go and you look at the video description, because that's the link to the WolfQuest library, where you can go and you can read up all about the very first founding pack, the very first founders of the Starry Skies pack, Stardancer and Geo, and their amazing stories and how complex and awesome those stories got. We've really been kicking things up. 200 WolfQuest episodes later, and we are really, really, really kicking things up and making things more complicated. Which reminds me, you guys. All right, well, I take out this elk, or maybe a couple of these elk, because I feel like Clover would be a little bit savage. She might be the kind who has a mission. She wants to hunt down some of the stranger wolves and not like viciously attack them, but defeat them in battle so that she can learn their secrets and become a smarter, stronger wolf as a result. So she's going to take these elk out so she can hurry up and get to work and doing those things. But, all right, oh gosh. Got tangled up under this elk. This is getting a little complicated. Don't die, Clover. Don't die. Oh, this elk isn't quite as strong at the kicks as I thought it was going to be. There we go. And we'll recover a little bit, and then we'll go elk hunting again. But yes, there is an exciting and new addition, because we're constantly evolving how we participate in WolfQuest and the things we do in WolfQuest. And someone suggested, and I apologize because I meant to write your name down because this is an amazing suggestion. Someone had a great suggestion for how we could make it where, for how we now could pick our packs. Pick our mates for our wolves. Oh gosh, and now we're like colliding into a watch store. Now I have like the fanfic in my head that I'm like writing, the story of like breaking into the watch store and all of the clocks going off. It kind of reminds me of that scene from Peter Pan, to be honest, or Hook, I should say. All right, where all the clocks go off and like Captain Hook goes nutters about it. All right, let's go ahead and get this elk out of the way. Gain strength. Maybe we'll look for elk over by the beaver lodges instead of going up into the bluffs. All right, there we go. Might be worth it to do that exploring. All right. And now that that is taken care of, I can finish my thought for how we are going to start doing our hunting, or how we're going to start. I'm so focused on hunting. I apologize, you guys. Mates for our wolves. Someone had the fantastic suggestion that you guys can leave the name of your wolf, a wolf that you're submitting as a potential heir to my wolf, like a potential mate for my wolves. You can submit the name, the physical description, and a teeny bit of the story or like their pack heritage into the comment section, and I can keep a list of those wolves, and then I can pick from that list randomly when it is time to find a mate for one of my wolves. So now instead of running into who knows mysterious stranger wolf who becomes our mate, for example Willow, how interesting would it have been if I had been like, okay, this is a white grayish female who looks like she's from a pretty open plain pack, or actually she was from a forest pack. Wow, we are chasing this elk into places I've never chased elks in Lost River before. So this is getting kind of long-winded. You are a very stubborn elk, but you're gonna go down now. All right. Come on, down you go, down you go, down you go. All right, come on. There we go. All right. Phew, and I'm gonna go ahead and feed poor Clover here. And we're going to rest so I can finish this thought, because this is a major change to how we can actually change Wolf Quest from now on. So what's going to happen, you guys, is that you can submit one wolf at a time. You can submit one wolf in the comment section, and then I will copy and paste that into a big giant document, and you need to submit the coloration of the wolf, the gender of the wolf, and the name of the wolf, and maybe a brief bit about their personality and their history. And then I will save that wolf, and then next time it's time to find a mate for, say, Clover or any of the heirs to the packs. When I run into that stranger wolf and pick that stranger wolf as our mate, I will look at the list and I'll be like, oh, this is a white wolf who is a male, and what are the white wolf males that people have submitted? And I will roll a random generator, and then I will pick from the list of wolves you guys have submitted. And now, instead of being just one random wolf we stumbled on while looking for a mate on Amethyst Mountain, it will come from you guys, come from the community, and you can see your wolf lineages, because I know a lot of people play the way I do, where you follow generation after generation after generation. You can see some of your bloodline end up becoming formally mixed in with the packs that we have in our bloodlines. And I think that's an amazing idea. And the ground rules are you need to submit the coloration, and it needs to be so when I run into a wolf, I can be like, oh, this is a gray wolf, it's a male. The coloration, the gender, and a little bit about the personality, a little bit about the history if you so wish, the name, of course. And you can only submit one wolf at a time, so one wolf per video. And you have to understand that your wolf may not show up. Your wolf just may not be picked, because I will be just using a random generator to pick from the list of wolves when I run into a wolf that fits that description. And I also hope you can be understanding if I pick your wolf and you're like, but my wolf was gray with a light bit of brown around the ears, and that wolf is like gray with brown around the rump. If you can just be forgiving if I kind of fudge the exact coloration details, then that would be wonderful to just roll with it. And we can just say, hey, that's your wolf. Your wolf showed up, and now it's going to be Clover's mate, and they can be like carry on the Starry Skies pack together. Though again, Clover is not the heir. That's just an example I'm giving. So let me know what you guys think about that, and just be understanding, because I predict probably hundreds of submissions, to be honest, kind of like our Wolf Quest fan art. And so please be understanding if your wolf just doesn't end up poking up, because there's so many to pick from, and I rely on the random generators to make it as fair as possible. And look forward and shout out if your wolf ends up being like randomly picked and becoming the mate and combining your lineage and the bloodline you've been working so hard at developing with the Starry Skies pack lineage. Then give it a shout out, because that would be so cool. Yell to the comment section like, hey, that's mine. Here's their pack history. Here's the two big stories that I've been working on and the story that Seri has been working on coming together to make an amazing new era in my wolf lineage. Ha! And a bear. I was hoping for a bear. I need some serious experience points, Mr. Bear, so... Oh, jeez! Clover! Can we chase this guy off? Oh my gosh. Being a bear butt biter is harder than it looked. I think Clover didn't anticipate that gigantic blow. Did we chase him off? Yes! 200 experience points to us, and we get a free meal out of it. Wonderful. So we did chase a bear off just then, but we still aren't really finding, we're not really finding any wolves. We have 850 experience points now though. So is that going to be enough? We just chased a male grizzly bear off. Is that going to be enough to finally start stumbling on some wolves? I have to admit, you guys, I'm very, very, very excited to see your wolf submissions and the personalities and the lineage that you guys have made. I guess we'll pop out of the wolf territory and try popping back in, because Clover's ready to kind of fight another wolf and try to learn from them and take on their knowledge. There we go. And we'll keep an eye out for any of the yellow markers that indicate we're getting near a wolf. Oh, what's this? This is still that grizzly bear. So he ran. Oh, I did not anticipate. Is he still, do we need to chase him off again? Or was he just like, oh my gosh. Clover, can you take out a grizzly bear? Clover, get him. Ah, that's so cool. Clover was not going to let that grizzly bear get the last word. She totally was going to attack him. That's so cool. So clearly, here we go. Oh my gosh. All right. And if we get to the point where we can't fight this wolf off, because we do have to defeat 3 wolves, if we get to the point where we can't fight this wolf off, then we may have to just run for it. Oh my gosh. Guys, think how cool this would be if I had a list of like your wolf submissions. I could be like, okay, that's a white, grayish, maybe male, female? Male. The white, grayish male, and so it would be so-and-so's wolf. That would be really cool. Who are you looking at? All right, then we're going to go, I want to be boss. And we're going to have to just take this wolf on. It's our first fight. Come on. All right, come on. We're boss, we're boss, we're boss. Okay. Come on. Oh, I think we're going to win this. No way, we won it. Yes. All right, Clover. There you go, sweetie. We did it, you guys. All right, leave now. And that seems vicious, but we're going to say, oh, yeah. And she got the big bad wolf achievement. No way. That's so cool. So Clover had just had her first encounter with a stranger wolf, and now the game is like, no, you're supposed to be nice to them and find a mate. Nope. So Clover just had her first encounter with the stranger wolf, so we will roll really quickly to see what she manages to get, if she's going to be able to get an ancestor blessing, if she's going to be allowed to boost her stats. It's already super easy, so I really hope we don't like lose that. We might just have to roll between the two of those things because we're already on pretty easy. But she has just learned the secrets that the Allison Acres Van Winkle wolves had to offer up, and now we need to go fight a wolf in this territory and fight a wolf in the Bluff territory. And then if we manage to defeat all of those wolves, all 3 wolves, and complete her challenge that way and survive, then that's another ancestor blessing that can go towards the pack, even if Clover is not the one who ends up being chosen as the heir. So I'm really looking forward to that. It should be quite exciting. I'm really looking forward to all of the wolves that you guys can submit, and I can pick from your guys' list and your wolves and combine the stories that you have worked so hard on with the stories that I've been working on. Oh, and this is a tree! I was like, what the heck? This is so new. Why is there? It looked like a piece of coral, so I was very confused why there was coral growing in the middle of the road. But it'll be really fun to combine your guys' stories and bring your wolves into our world. So I look forward to that, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.